Hey, my friends. So a couple weeks ago, well, maybe a few weeks ago, my friend Claire Dickinson and I kicked off a second quarter of the year with our topic of annual planning. Okay, we always want to do annual planning around June or July because you are already scheduling recare patients into January. So we always want to schedule and map out our next year's schedule around June or July. So now we're in like middle of August. So I'm just checking back in with you to see where you're at. Now, if you want to replay my podcast interview with Claire, you can go back to the episode and rewatch it, re-listen to it if you listen. But I wanted to just talk about a couple important things with the annual planning, especially when it comes to setting up your appointment book and setting up your goals, because those are things that we want to get into the computer as quickly as possible, because this is what gives your team a roadmap when you are scheduling. So your team is already scheduling into next year for recare patients. And so it's important that your team knows, okay, where can I put recare patients? Do we have our perfect day scheduling already mapped out for our new patients? Do we know what our production goals are for next year? So I know what to book. I know that I need to book my hygiene to goal. So I need to make sure that I know what the score is. Those are three important things. Your perfect day scheduling, is that mapped out? Number one, so I give my team a roadmap because they're already scheduling the next year. Do I have my appointment book set up for our vacation days or our days off, maybe for CE or vacation days or any other kinds of maybe days off that the office will be closed? Do I have my appointment book set up? And do I have my production goals in the computer? So I know, am I booking my hygienist to goal? So those three things are extremely important, and we should be doing those right now. So let's say that we are wanting to first map out the days that we are going to be closed. Okay. So let me go to my appointment book here. So if you're on your appointment book and you go up to setup on your appointment book and you go to the practice schedule. So on the practice schedule, this is where you will want to close the office down if you're going to be like closed for the whole week, or if you're going to be closed for a particular day, if you're taking a CE day. If you're going to be attending one of my Dentrix user meetings in January, February, okay, that you have that day blocked out so that your whole team can attend. Those kinds of things, if you're in the Chicago area, you might be attending Midwinter, or if you're in the Denver area, you may be attending Rocky Mountain Dental Conference in January. So make sure that you have closed the days off that your office will be closed. Now, also part of that annual planning might be that your team, they already know what days they may be taking some vacation. So your hygienist may know, well, we're going to take a week of vacation in January because we're going to go to Mexico. We like to be warm in the winter. You may have a hygienist or a doctor that is going to be taking maternity leave. So you might need to be blocking out some hours or days off of your schedule for accommodating the practice. Now, the other thing that you can start to map out is your specific provider days that might be closed. Like you may have some specific providers that are going to be off. So you could also go up to setup, provider setup, and then each one of your providers also has a schedule, and you can mark off their vacation days. So that's also really important. Another thing to consider when mapping out your schedule for next year is, will you have an operatory that's closed? So whenever you're mapping out your provider days off, it doesn't visually show you anything on the appointment book. So if you do have like a hygienist that's going to be gone for a week, and you're not going to be replacing that hygienist with a temp, I would also close that operatory so that it would actually close down the whole operatory so it looks like that operatory is closed. visually, when you do operatory setup, it will visually show you that that operatory is closed. So that might be really important. Now, the next thing that you can start doing is maybe making some adjustments to your perfect day scheduling. And you also will do that under setup, provider setup in your appointment book. And so maybe you're going to increase the number of new patients that you want to see each week. And so maybe right now you have 8 new patient blocks mapped out per week in your schedule. But next year, you want to start with having 10 new patient blocks per week. So you need to add 2 more. Now, one thing that you have to remember, and I wish it wasn't this way, I wish the Dentrix would add an enhancement request to perfect day scheduling. We don't actually have a way that we can say, like, as of this day, then we're going to have 10 new patient blocks. As of January 1st, 2026, we want 10 new patient blocks. But before that, we still only want 8. So what you'll have to do, and I know this is kind of a bummer, but what you'll have to do is if you add 2 more new patient blocks in your perfect day scheduling, you will have to go in then throughout the rest of this year and just clear them off so they don't show up in your appointment book for the rest of 2025. Okay, so those are some tips with your appointment book setup. And now if you're going to add your goals into the computer, what you're going to do there is, first you're going to have your production goals from your accountant or from the doctor. Production goals are always developed from practice overhead. Production goals are not pulled out of the sky. And you just say, okay, well, this is what we did this year. We're going to add 10% for next year. That's not how you create a goal. Production goals are built from practice overhead. So what is your staff overhead? What's your practice overhead? What do we need to collect in order to meet our overhead percentage goal? Once you know what you need to collect, now you can calculate what do we need to produce. Okay. Now, once you have those production goals, now we can add them into Dentrix. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to click on the analysis button on the Office Manager. Click on practice. Okay, it's going to open up that practice analysis window. And what you're going to do here is you're going to go to setup and you're going to set up goals. Okay. Now, this is a way that you can add a production goal, to your appointment book. Now, I loved this when I was in a practice. I loved being able to see what my production goal was for each day and each month because it really helped me to book my hygienists and my doctors to goal. So when you go into goal setup, then you're going to select the provider because you're going to put in the production goal, the monthly production goal per provider. So for example, let's say you have a hygienist. Let me get my calculator out here. Let's say you have a hygienist that works 16 days a month and her production goal is $1,800 a day. So $1,800 a day times 16, her monthly production goal is $28,800. Okay, so you're going to go into pick your hygienist provider ID. You're going to put in for month 1 is January, and then what's her production goal for January. Go all the way through each of your providers for putting in their production goals. Okay. It's a lot easier to develop a production goal for hygienists just because, they work a certain number of days and it's a lot easier to create the hygiene production goal than it is the doctor. Typically the doctor is going to have to produce everything else, right? All right, that's it. I just wanted to check in on you. So what I'd like for you to do, what would be really helpful for me is if you were to comment on this podcast and let me know how you're doing. Like how's your goal setting coming along? How's your appointment book setup coming along? If there's anything that I can do to help you, send me a message. Okay. You can email me, Dayna@navoni.com. You can reach out to me through our Google Facebook page or our Facebook page or Google chat. I don't know. However you can get a hold of me, then get a hold of me. We also post up these podcasts are all on YouTube as well. So if you want to watch the video version of our podcast, go to YouTube. I know there's a comment section there. So let me know how you're doing. Let me know if there's anything I can help with. All right, my friends, this was a quickie. It's only 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes long. All right. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I look forward to watching your journey of becoming a high-performing dental team.